I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Welcome to the Player Supreme Show, brought to you by ZMAC.com. I am your host, Player Supreme. You have reached the bastion, the stronghold, the storm front, the haven of ultimate playerhood. Welcome. I am your humble guide on this journey into the realm of pure game. I am Player Supreme. Yeah, fellows, welcome to the show. Sanchie P is asking a question about coffee dates. He asks, first of all, what type of mindset should I have going to the date? I prefer that when you wake up in the morning, you reaffirm that you're a player. Have a player's mindset. That means you're always looking for opportunities to play. Okay? What should I talk about? You should talk about her life story. Get her life story. Take a real interest in her as another human being. Not as a female, because you think about it as a female, you're going to get nervous and ruin the whole thing. Just another human being who breathes air, who takes a shit like you do. Yeah, she gets skid mark draws too like you do. She's basically a human being just like you are. Find out all you can about her. Don't interrogate her, but just have a nice conversation. Nice flow to the conversation. When you take a real interest in her, that's when you stop the interrogation thing. You stop thinking of things to say, but you just actually take a real interest in her and find out what you can about her life. So the thing you talk about is her life. Where's she from? How long she was there? Did she just recently move to where you're at? Has she always lived in this town? What was her childhood like? Where did she go to elementary school? Where did she go to high school? What did she do in high school? Did she play any sports? Did she do the cheerleading thing? Did she go into college? What she wanted to become in life? What did she do for a living? Why does she do that for a living? What would she like to do for a living? What is her dreams? What does she want to accomplish in life? All that kind of stuff that you would take an interest in her as just a human being. How long should the date be? As long as you want it to be. This is not nerd central here. We don't go for 57.3 minutes. No. If you're having a good vibe, and I've done that, these things can go for 2 hours. Laughing and joking. I've gone from one place, coffee, to get drinks. Then to my place. So if you go in there with a time limit, you done limited yourself. You done limited yourself. Next question. What do I want to accomplish from a date? You want to accomplish her going back to your place and fucking her. But the main thing you want to accomplish is to establish this thing called rapport. Let me go to dictionary.com. and type that in and see the exact definition of rapport. Rapport. Pronounce rapport. Even though there's a T in it. Noun, relation, connection. Women always talk about connection. I used to feel a connection with them. Especially harmonious or sympathetic relation. Harmonious, sympathetic. That's what I teach in my mind fucking. Sympathetic. A teacher trying to establish close rapport with students. The origin of rapport. It's French. Yeah, we already know that. That's why the T is silent. To bring back report. Derivative of rapporteur. Equivalent. We don't need all this stuff. Synonyms are fellowship, camaraderie, understanding. Those are things you want to think about. Fellowship, camaraderie, and understanding. I believe you already know what those mean. And that's what you're trying to accomplish. Have a camaraderie between the two of you. Try to understand her. Figure out what makes her tick. What are her interests? What is she into? What does it take to manipulate or motivate her? Camaraderie. You become buddies. That's your goal. What should I expect after? The minimum is a kiss. The maximum is the panties. Now that I said that, you're probably going to shoot for the minimum. Let's see. Wanting to make this woman that started her on 19, she's 21. Don't tell her your true age. She found out you're 19, she's 21, she's not going to go for that. Stay away from the subject of age. There's Sanchie P. Yeah. So, if she's a starter hoe, cool. That means try to bring her back to your place. If you're 19, I do hope you have your own place. This game gets hard dealing with kids that live at home with their mommies and daddies. So hopefully that helps. That makes a lot of sense to you. Greek's going to post some of his phone sex combos so you guys get a look at some advanced level stuff. And I'll do a show on that when it comes up. Recognize that that is advanced level. You have to conquer her in bed. Well, first you guys gotta know you gotta conquer yourselves. That's why I put all that stuff I put out there. Grow your confidence, learn to become a real man, get your mindset right. All the tools I put out there, you got tools for that. That's a given. Then you gotta conquer her in bed. Then you gotta learn how to work with her mind. So the physical skills, then the mental skills. And when you start getting good at that, that's when you start going into the phone sex. A lot of guys just do phone sex the cheap way. They'll call the chick, "What are you wearing?" "Oh God, I want to fuck you. I want to fuck you real bad." That's vulgar. That's not real game. Just as I do with my written stuff, and I've only done phone sex once. And this chick was overseas, the country that Claude Van Damme was from. That bitch. The Ciboon bitch. Ciboon. Ciboon. Yeah, that bitch. She had flown back home and called me. It wasn't my thing. Because I used to work for the phone company. I had phone issues. I still have them. So Greece is an expert at it, so I'm asking him to teach what he knows about phone sex, because it's a way of transferring, as he was saying, your energy through the phone into a woman. Okay. There are things you're gonna have to work on. A lot of guys, you want to get a nice voice, have nice vocal qualities. I was just on my old computer, and if you guys Google this, look for information on deepening your voice, especially if you're Caucasian. I was doing that video on watch me destroy this white supremacist, and the guy had a video of some guy named Shapiro. Don't know the guy's first name, but he sounded like this, like he had no balls. And black people commit, yeah, that dude. I forgot to mention that dude had no balls. No wonder why he hates black dudes. Because he must have balls the size of grapes, the way his voice sounds. But I noticed that seems to be a problem coming out of our Caucasian community, is not a lack of deepness in the voice. So you want to work on that. Get your voice deep. Get the bass in your voice. When you see Uncle Toms, those are the guys that try to talk like they're super white. They always take the bass out of the voice. That guy that came here, that Chris Davis that I did a video on, he spoke like that. The guy that I posted with the doll, look at the way he sounds. You wouldn't know he was black until you saw his face. He took all the bass out of his voice. And it's important that you want to put the bass back into your voice, there, fellas. All of you. So look for material on how to deepen your voice. Go to Amazon. Look all over the internet till you find something that will deepen your voice. I don't have any products on that because mine was already the way it is. I don't have a problem with my voice. But when you have a deep voice and you're talking to a girl on the phone, especially when you make it soft and deep, that will lull them into a sort of a trance. There's a certain way that you want to speak, because that same way works in the bedroom when it's deep and soft. Okay? All right. So, to close out the show, coffee dates or drink dates. It doesn't have to be coffee. He's 19, so he can't get drinks. So coffee is what Sanchie has to do. But don't forget about drink dates. I keep forgetting to mention those. Reason is because, as I said, I didn't learn about coffee dates till my 40s when I got on the Pimps Network. And I stopped fucking bitches fast. I started spending more time getting the life story. I enjoyed it. I enjoy getting to know more about them. So pull them from the club, bone them. Then the next day I asked Craig, I hint at Craig to get their name because I'd have forgotten their fucking names. I can't tell you how many times I've done that, fellas. Forgotten the bitch's name. Because when they tell you the club, you can't hear it anyway, and I don't remember names anyway. So I'm boning these chicks. I don't remember their fucking names. That was my MO. And to slow down and do a coffee drink date, that was actually fun for me because I started developing my interpersonal communication skills. So use coffee dates to help build your game, to build your skills, your conversation skills. You want to be able to master this so you can have a conversation with any woman, anywhere, on any subject. Any woman, anywhere, any subject. That means you got to educate yourself as well to be able to talk on any topic without sounding like a bullshitter. Okay? Good luck to you, fellas.